so it has been 2 months almost exactly since I posted my last video, and I have a couple updates and an explanation really as to why I haven't been posting. So I think the last video I posted was talking about the kids that I had gotten, and I had them for 2 months. What ended up happening is both of the foster children, prior to my, without my knowledge, had some medical things that weren't disclosed to me before. And so one of the children that I had in my home ended up having a lot of behavioral things, just medical things that obviously he had no control over, but it took up a lot of my time. What ended up happening is I was spending about 4 days a week in a doctor's office, either with one or the other, dealing with some of the PTSD and the medical things that they had. And as a result, I didn't have time to do YouTube. Like, honestly, if I was going to spend four days a week in a doctor's office, I was still at this time partially, for the first month that I had them, teaching from home. So, it was way too much. I couldn't post videos at that time, and I'm sorry that I couldn't, but that's just what happened for the first month of my little 2-month hiatus. The second couple weeks, these past 3 or 4 weeks, so the kids that I had actually were reunified and went back home 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So they went back home 3 weeks ago, and I have not felt like I was comfortable with talking about it, really. I was not comfortable with their return home. I felt like it was too sudden, and I felt like, I was nervous about it. I always knew they were going to go home, and that's the thing as a foster parent, you have to know, you have to set in your mind, these kids are going home. So I had set that in my mind. I knew they were going home. However, I did not think it was going to come as sudden as it did. And I also knew that they had a lot of medical, behavioral, PTSD, that sort of thing going on that I didn't feel like was addressed properly before they went home. So that is just, hold on, my neighbors are watching me film and it's uncomfortable. Okay, sorry about that. My neighbors walk their dog every day out on the little square out here, and they saw me filming, so they just stopped at the facing the window and were watching me, and I think they were trying to figure out what I was doing, so that was really awkward. But anyway, so where was I? Oh, I just felt like it was really sudden. I will say I have a relationship with their family that they went back to, in terms of their mom called the day that they went home to say thank you, and she called later that evening to have me talk to one of them because they had gotten hurt and they wanted a specific song sung that she didn't know, and they just kept saying, Mama Bethany will know. And so I do think that is a good thing. If you can have a relationship with the family when the child goes home, that just sets them up for so much more success. Not only the child for success, but for the family to have a successful reunification, they need a support system. And if you're already in place as part of that support system, that just sets everybody up for success, which is something I'm very thankful for and something I'm proud that we have. So anyway, backtracking, the kids went home about 3 weeks ago, and so that was really hard for me. And so I have taken these couple weeks off. I had planned to start filming right after the kids left. I was like, they're leaving. I had a week to prepare for them to leave because of some of their medical stuff. We had to transfer doctors and things like that. So we had a week to know that they were going. Well, I found out on Monday that they were leaving on Friday. So that was nice because it gave my heart time to slowly transition out. Everyone that I've had before this point, it was like I got a call and in less than 24 hours they were gone. I think having that week span, it really gave me time to kind of process the idea of them leaving, and it wasn't so sudden. So that helped with my grieving process, that I was able to do it slowly. And so anyway, all that to say, I was going to start filming after they had left, but I am teaching summer school, and we start on Monday. So we're teaching a 4-week-long summer school activity thing. And so I just decided to take 3 weeks to focus on summer school and to kind of grieve the kids leaving. And so, you know, that was a thing that I wanted to do, and so it's something I did. And I'm not sorry about that. It's what I needed at the time. So anyway, the kids left. We are up to date now as to where I'm at. I am currently closed. I'm not actually closed, but my caseworker is not calling me about cases until the end of July. I am doing a respite care, which is like a vacation care for a family in my church. So I will be keeping her children for a week. And then at the end of July, when that is done, when I'm done with that, starting August 1st, I will be back open again. I did, however, after having two, I changed my paperwork. I had talked about maybe changing my paperwork before to being just one child. But then when I got the call about the kids that I just had, I was like, you know, I hate for them to be split up. I don't want to take just one. I can take both. I had the space, and at the time, I wasn't really teaching at school full time. We were doing online school, and I knew I was going to have the summer off, and so I was like, you know, that'll give me a good transition time. So maybe 2 won't be so bad when I'm not working on top of being a foster mom. However, it was still just as difficult. It's hard when you're one person. I mean, even just having one child is hard when you're one person. Trying to get someone to watch them just long enough for you to clean the house. Like, that was a huge thing too. Or take a shower. Because like when you have one kid and you go to hop in the shower, you turn on a movie and usually it's fine. When you have 2 kids, there's like the added that they might fight or they might help each other get into stuff. So it just kind of, it added to the whole like stress level. So I had talked about telling my caseworker I only wanted one child, but I never officially changed my paperwork. The day that the kids left, my caseworker changed my paperwork to one child only. So that has been something that I had been praying about, and honestly, with going back to work in August and not knowing what that's going to look like, I don't know if we're going to be teaching from home. I don't know if we're going to have modified classes at school. I don't know what the fall looks like for me. So I think it was important that I go down to one child only, just for the sake of, I don't know what's happening in the next few weeks. So anyway, all that to say, I'm down to one child. My paperwork is officially changed. I plan to, in the next couple weeks, I want to show what the foster room looked like when there was 2 beds, because my foster room tour only has the 1. So I would like to kind of show how I set it up for 2 kids, kind of show the adjustments I have to make when there's a second child in there, which granted, I'm probably going to have to do that this next week because I'm taking the double beds out, or one of the beds out, in the next couple weeks, because the children that I'm doing respite for, one is a baby, so I'll have the bed, but then I also need a crib. So I will be taking that second bed out, so I'll probably film that tour of the bedroom when it's for 2 kids, probably sometime this week, and it'll probably be up next week. So I hope to get back onto my regular filming schedule. I know I want to do a video on what it's like going through the foster training. I want to do a video on how, as a foster parent, you feel when a child leaves, because, you know, you get told in training that you're supposed to be happy for this reunification, and yes, you are happy for that reunification, but it is also still a loss and a grieving process for you. And so I want to talk about the guilt surrounding foster care, the guilt of, I shouldn't feel bad that this child is being reunified home, because you should feel like, yay, good job, but at the same time, you're grieving the loss of a child. And so kind of going over that grief and how that feels. And then I also want to go over I don't even know how to explain it, the stereotype or the grief or the feeling of having to say no when you get a call. I want to do a video on that, like how hard it is to say no, but how important it is to say no if you honestly don't think that you could handle it. So yeah, that's my plan for the next couple of weeks, and I've got other people watching me again, and I don't like this. It bums me. I'm expecting a dress. I'm expecting to get a new dress from Target, and the mailman came by and he delivered something, but I don't think it was big enough to be the dress, so that's a bummer. Anyway, all that to say, I have a couple videos in mind, in the works, that I want to film over the next couple weeks. I am doing summer school, but it's only Monday through Thursday, so I'm hoping maybe my filming schedule will be on Fridays. I can film all the videos I want to get up. But I just want to, again, put this out there to share being a foster parent. And eventually when we start back to school, if we start back to school in the normal way, I would love to show like a morning routine or maybe a daily routine of what it's like to be a working single mom who's also a foster parent. Just kind of show that. I would love to show, if you're interested, my summer schedule, like what I do. And like, I don't have the kids with me right now, but you wouldn't see the kids anyway. I don't have kids with me right now, but you wouldn't see the children in the video anyway. So if you're interested in seeing kind of like what my schedule was like when I had the kids, and anything you're interested in, if you have any questions, like I've had several new subscribers, which is amazing to me. I only have like 10 subscribers. That's it. But like, it blows my mind that it's not my family. Like, it's not just my family watching these. Like, people are commenting and reaching out and like actually watching or interested in my story and my journey. And it just, it's so mind-boggling and exciting to me. Like, oh my gosh, I thought it was just my mom, my dad, and my sister, and then I get like an inbox thing that says, hey, I found your video, and I'm like super happy and mind blown about it. And if you're interested in being a foster parent, or if you are a single foster parent, or if you're a foster parent who's married or whatever, if you want to talk about things, or if you have questions, or if anything like that, just feel free to contact me. You can contact me through direct message on Instagram, contact me through the comments on my videos. I know several foster parents have been commenting on my videos, and that's amazing to me. So I'm always looking for a support system for myself and people to talk to and bounce ideas off about foster care, because you don't really understand unless you're in it. It's like, I can talk to my mom about the stress or how it breaks my heart or things like that, but you don't get it unless you're in it. So if you're in it and you want to reach out and you want to talk, let's talk, because I need it just as much as you probably do. So anyway, all that to say, thank you if you watched all the way through this really long talk, and I hope to get back to a regular filming schedule really, really soon, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.